Brad says, Jeremy, when you do a stop limit entry, do you put them both at the same price or do you put the limit a penny lower? I put them at the same price. Dean has mentioned and talked a few times about doing the penny lower, and I agree. I mean, you know, a penny lower, as long as you calculate the R based on that penny entry, obviously that's kind of like a no-brainer. But if you do a limit at 94.28, a stop at 94.28, so that's your trigger, and then your limit at 94.27, I'm fine with that. Makes total sense to me, as long as you factor in your R based on the actual limit sell price. So Terrence does a penny. I think Dean does a penny. Most people do a penny. I do the same entry because a vast majority of the time, here's what happens. I mean, I'm talking 70% or higher. I need to probably start tracking this at some point, but 70% or higher, it either fills immediately, fills in a minute or two, or it retests and then fills. I very rarely just totally miss a move. If I do miss a move, I can usually see if it's like brewing a lot of pressure. So for example, if, I'm not saying this will happen, but let's say NE does this, I'm going to change that to a market order. And if the pressure is really, really building, I can see that pressure build, I'll usually change it to a market. That's a very good question. Dean says, I do a penny lower if you really want to be in a trade. You do an OCO for pennies, yep. So, okay, here's the Alibaba trade still open. I still love that trade. I love that trade almost as much as I love chocolate. Almost. Keyword, almost. I really do like chocolate. I need to stop eating it, though. Mattress Firm, still waiting on a little bit of a pullback. I mean, we're down pretty far today. Brady, which is just going to be an onslaught of jokes all day. I'm still looking to play that bearish, but the volume's a little light. I'm going to be pretty patient with that one. Plains All-American. I think Plains All-American on a daily level, Brad, might have been good out the gate, and it still might be okay. I'm going to be patient on this one. I'm probably just chicken, but I think it's already at a support for the daily, and unless it breaks below that level, I'm going to keep an eye on it later. If it breaks below that level and pulls back, then I'll kind of keep an eye on it. But for right now, I think I'm going to semi-remove it on the list. All right, let me go look at the other stocks that I had written down. Kroger, again, had a little bit of a bearish candle. Here's the Morningstar reversal hammer candle off the 10. So this is a bullish retest gap. I don't play bullish retest gaps right now or make them official, but if you would have, right there, buy right there. That's how you'd play Kroger. So this would be a limit buy of $36.37 with a stop at $36.05. Maybe it works. I'm sure one of you guys took it. Probably Higgins or Brad. You guys just trade bullish better than I do. Dean, good question. On NEE, he says, what would you need to do to see move the stop down a little bit on NEE? Just some more sideways movement. And probably like the 15-minute coming in. FNSR. Here's the daily charts. Again, nice gap, 16% down. It's going to trade sideways for a while. I'll leave that one on the list. SAVE, we're in a bearish swing trade on. So I'm actually just trying to determine if we can kind of play some follow through on this. I think it's worth leaving on the list, potentially. If we can do something like this. No, I'm going to get off. I'm going to take it off. Yeah, I'm taking it off. It's doing what I wanted to do on the day trade, or I'm sorry, on the swing trade level we got traded into recently. C as in cat, B as in boy, P as in potato, X as in xylophone. Here's the daily chart. And here's what I was looking at on CBPX earlier. Was this strong bullish candle. The fact that we're taking out the low of that candle is actually slightly bearish in my opinion. Now, some pretty decent volume is coming in, bullish volume, it appears, on CBPX. I think I'm going to put that on the list over here and watch that a little bit more aggressively. Here's what I would need to see on this stock is a break of this low. This is obviously a very, very strong bullish candle. Very strong bullish candle. A lot of volume coming in there. We'll keep an eye on it. We're going to be patient today, and we're going to see what things do. All right, Lulu. Higgins said I faded Kroger out the gate. Gosh, I love you, man. You're so good. Lulu retested very well yesterday. Did we even get a chance to play that? So what I was mentioning on Lulu yesterday was break below that support, got very extended, short the retest, it pulled back. That's a daily support level, and then rolled over very nicely. Good for about an hour and a half. Right now we're out of support on Lulu on the 5 minute, so we're definitely going to need a break and a retest of that. It is, so I'm going to do limit sell on the pullback. I can put Lulu on the list. I know a lot of you guys have been looking at it. Looks good. Also, you could do the contrarian view. Same thing. Risk reward. You know. So here's the daily. In the daily chart, we're a little extended. We have 4 black candles in a row. It could move farther. There's no reason it doesn't have to. I'm absolutely going to wait on a retest of that, though. Retest of that low. All right. So we got the rest on there. Good. Let me go check out Dollar General, because Dollar General would be a when it works strategy. Which sounds like something that sounds like a bill on the movie or the show House of Cards, when it works. Here's a 5 minute chart on Dollar General. Pullback. Oh, that was America Works on House of Cards. Here's a 15 minute chart. 15 minute chart. We're getting a little bit of an evening star reversal. I'll definitely say maybe. Maybe. I'll write it down. Well, that's already written down, so I'm just going to keep it on it. All right, let me go through the list of these two that we have, the watch list. Nextera Energy still trading sideways. Still a nice little pennant pattern. And I don't think it's going to trigger. If it does trigger, we're going to wait on this one a while today. It's going to be a test of patience. It's already being a test of patience. Dean asked me again, what would you need to do to take the stop to 94.70 on Nextera Energy? I'm going to need it to trade sideways probably till about 9:30 my time. Get that 15 minute, the 10 EMA on the 15 minute a little bit lower, and we'll take it from there. Like I said, guys, I don't know if this trade is going to work. I don't know if any of the trades are going to work. As a matter of fact, we have 2 trades here. 2 trades. If math serves us appropriately, one of those will work and one of those won't. If we get into both of them. So just always something to keep in mind. Ticker symbol FTI. My boy Chris Wenzel in the house. FMC Technologies. Here's the daily chart. Daily chart. Nice gap, Wenzel. Nice gap, sir. Here's a pivot, which I don't know how strong that'll be necessarily. I'm just basing it on that candle. It has a lot of volume, so it's kind of ponderific. This is a pretty good gap. You had a nice white candle and it opened below the low of that candle, below the low of those pivots. I mean, you're trapping some peeps. Here's the daily chart. And here's the 15-minute chart. Here's the 5-minute chart. Nice little evening star reversal. It is on the list. Let's see. You might already be in it. If you are, you probably did something like this, is my guess. 32.49 by that pivot up there. There's a little bit of a support right there at about 32.39. So that's the price that I would like to see kind of break that level. Maybe break that level and retest. Tommy said, I think we got a doji kind of day. Agree. A little bit of a doji inside day candle. Good chance of that. AU is pulling back kind of nicely. Timmy says, AMBA. What's AMBA doing? AMBA going down. Down, baby. Yo Street in a Range Rover. So here's the daily chart on Umbrella. Ella. Ella A. It's a little extended. I mean, I keep saying that on a lot of things, but it kind of is. It has broken the flash crash of Monday's low, which very few stocks have, and today is forming a new black crow. We're getting pretty far away from the moving averages. I would prefer to almost do this. We haven't touched the 10 in a while, which is going to make me just a little hesitant on this trade. But, looks like a good flag pattern. This is a trigger anyway, Timmy. I will put AMBA on the list, and I'll definitely watch it. I'm thinking something like this, maybe. But low of the day breakouts have been a little rough recently. So I would say something like this. Let's do this, and then get that retest, and then get in. What do you think, Tim? Because again, man, good call, good edge. I agree totally. And it can be pretty spready. Right now, it's not too bad, but yeah, I would look for a retest of this little level that we just broke out of, something like this by this. I'm gonna leave it on the list. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. GoPro should probably be heading a little bit lower. Yep, GoPro still heading down. Wow, down to $1.30. Look at this. I still don't have a swing trade for GoPro. I might just miss the bearish move on it, honestly. Might totally miss that thing. Now, NE, that's a wave 3. Yep, that's some kind of wave 3. NE, I think we can cancel. Cancel NE. Maybe re-evaluate later. Folks, I gotta get it up to you. Great job being patient. There's a lot of people out there who would have taken that evening star reversal. That shooting star. And there's nothing wrong with that trade specifically, other than take a screenshot of this picture right here and put it on your desktop. Because this is an evening star reversal that is too far away from the 10 EMA on the 5-minute. If you're doing a perfect gap and go, write this down too. If you're doing a perfect gap and go, it needs to do exactly what you want it to do. Exactly what you want it to do. Right? If it's a perfect gap and go, it must do what you tell it to do. If it doesn't, be patient. So I see this evening star pattern, this shooting star, and then this little black candle happen in the first 15 minutes, more time than I can shake a stick at. That's why I mentioned the majority of the trades you're going to wait is 30 minutes later. I mean, 30 minutes. The majority of the trades, 30 minutes is how long you're going to be waiting. That's just a great lesson in patience. I'm going to leave it on the board. I'm not going to necessarily get rid of it. Again, this is going to be a very strong target. This is really going to be the pivot that I want to break down. Unless I get something like this, and it's just like a perfect candle and some volume comes in, and maybe I can do something like that. Potentially. Otherwise, it's at the bottom of my list right now. Alibaba is still on board. I'm still on board with this trade. Again, will it trigger? I mean, I don't know. I want this to do exactly what I want it to do, but let me look at this on other time frames. Still, if I like it. I mean, on the 5, it's coming into the 10. On the 15, you got really good volume, and the stop is above. It's now above the 10 EMA on the 15, and it's above a big black candle. We haven't really traded to this target yet on Alibaba. That's really where I'm trying to get to, is that low. Now, Alibaba is one of the stocks that's kind of been mean to us in the past, but again, here's your hourly chart. It looks great on the hourly. I'm fully on this trade. I mean, I don't care if I lose an R. It's just an R. It's just a risk. As long as you can trade your plan, as long as you can be disciplined, that's what you got to work on in trading. It's never the stocks. It's never the entry. It's never the stops specifically. It's more or less always you. It's tough to admit, but I had to admit that to myself. I was like, when I was constantly losing and losing and losing, I'm like, it's probably something to do with me. It's just like a discipline issue. If you lose 4, 5, 6 trades in a row, you get a little bit upset, and then you do something that you would never do, right? You double down, you put more risk on a trade, you do something that you've never done before just to see if it works because you're bored. Don't do that, right? Just be consistent. You know what works. There are hundreds of strategies out there that do work. Just play the ones that work. Just my little tangent for the day. Here's the 5-minute charts again on Bob. And again, this might not trigger, but this is such a nice gap. Exactly what I wanted to do from yesterday. Come into the 5, and we got very close. 2 cents away. Some decent volume too. I'm debating on moving a stop a little bit lower, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Lindemann says, "Can you say that again, but record it and email it out daily? Email it out every day." Well, the good news is I am actually recording the session. I don't know why I decided to, but I am. I don't know about emailing out every day. You guys might hate it if I email it out every single day. But yeah, that's all trading is. But that's just all success is. I mean, if you really boil it down, if you're thinking to yourself, okay, I want to be a successful trader, I want to be a successful business person, whatever it is that you're trying to do, it all just kind of comes down to discipline and consistency. And discipline doesn't mean boring. That's something that I got to get into my mind. Like, if I'm disciplined, that doesn't have to mean that I'm stingy or frugal or boring. It just means that you just do the same thing all the time, every time. That's my definition of discipline. Do the same thing all the time, every time. Doesn't really matter, If you're a poker player, poker players who make money, they're disciplined, right? If they get 7-2 pre-flop, they fold. Or if they get ace-9 suited, they go all in, or whatever their little hands are, whatever their statistics are. They do the same thing every time. And then they know when to mix it up. But again, they have a plan. They know why they're mixing it up. All right, so AMBA just rocket ships down a little bit right there. Fitbit also continuing bearish. It's down 6%. That was a good little retest of the 20. Nice little rollover on Fitbit. SPY again. So there's some stocks out there that are moving, and there's some that are not, like Apple. Tommy says, going long Lulu. It's had a good support. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, dude. It makes sense. I mean, it bounced there, bounced there. Got that little doji I was talking about, that little risk reward a little bit earlier. Yeah, makes sense. Yoav, there we go, buddy. Great job, man. Great job. I can see exactly what you did, too. So again, you guys are just outplaying me on a bullish trade, and I just got to throw my hands up in the air and just admit it sometimes. You guys are better than me at something. I'm not going to hide it in. Here's how Yoav played this trade. Tell me if I'm right, Yoav, but it was a bullish retest gap on Arrowhead. We've looked at this 4 or 5 times a day. Looked at it in the morning. Now, there is some resistance right here. This is the 100 and 200 simple moving average on the daily. So it's a great place to take some profit. But he mentioned in his chat pane, he's like, all right, we got a tweezer bottom. So this low and this low are the exact same. Come into the 10 EMA on the 5-minute. Tweezer bottom, white candle. He went bullish at 622 with a stop at 612 or 611, Yoav. And that's 2R. 612. Boom, baby. Good stuff. Yoav says, I've been busy, but I'm back. Nice, man. Good trade. Good trade. Outplayed me. But anyway, here's the daily charts and daily charts. Now we're pulling to the long terms. How much emphasis will the long terms give us? I'm not really sure. We could make it back up to 664 and then sell off a little bit, but we'll continue to keep an eye on it. All right. Let's go see what else is out there. Let me just go watch Bob and see if it's going to trigger. See if I should move this. Let me see if I should move this trigger down a cent or two. I think it's good. The volume doesn't seem massively bullish to me. I'm not seeing an incredibly bullish volume. Here's the 5 minute. 5 minute, you're getting a little bit of bullish volume. I like the stop where it is. I still don't think it, I don't know if it triggers or not. If it does trigger, this one we're going to have to be patient on. Man, I dig it. Here's the 15. I'm going to leave it open. All right, Mattress Firm. Back to this guy. So here's the 5 minute. Very, very extended stock at down 17%. Not going to take any breakouts of this. If anything, I'm going to do something like this. I'll short kind of a pullback. I'm going to start getting it ready just in case something goes down. I don't have something like this. Something like that going on. I'm just going to get these lines in here because Mattress Firm, if it does pull back, it's just a very, very damaging gap. So I'd be looking to play a little bearish. Brady Corporation. Again, volume's not too terribly bad. I'm looking to do something like this. Again, this would be like a limit sell. So a lot of limit sells today on some pullbacks. And the stop would be at 20. 20, maybe 21. Yeah, 20.02. So about 50 cents of risk. I'm going to leave that on there for just a little bit, just see what it does. Again, not official. It's official when we type it into the chat pane. Energy Transfer Partners made a little bit of a lower low and lower high. I'm going to leave that on the list, see if we can roll over. We're triggered in bearish on a swing trade. Low today was 45.74. EFOI. Okay, so Yoav was calling out a trade. Did this get bought out or something? Or is there any kind of buyout or anything weird going on? Do you guys know about? Energy Focus, furniture and fixtures. Energy stock falls after pricing. Is it shortable, Yoav? 26% down? I agree. Nice line pattern. I mean, in the sense of if it does this later in the afternoon, I'm going to write that down over here for late in the afternoon. EFOI, late in the afternoon. I'm going to go back and look at Kroger. Kroger trying to bounce a little bit. CBPX. Interesting on that one. Lulu, okay, hanging out. FTI, hanging out. AMBA, trying to retest. Very nice. Very nice. J Money says, can you look at gold? Yeah, bro. What you got for me, man? Any questions on this one? So gold. On the daily, I'm still longer term bearish on gold. I don't have a specific trade set up other than this is horrendous risk reward. But just saying, all right, well, if it triggers at 105.76, it should move a little bit lower. That's kind of my thought. Here is the hourly chart on GLD. And if we're looking at the hourly, I mean, I know that gold gaps a lot. Believe it or not, if you turn the extended hours on, it makes it a little more clear sometimes on GLD. But anyway, strong little support. right now we're kind of retesting that level. I think it looks good to slightly roll over a little bit more, man. I got AU on the board, and I think I actually missed the pullback on AU. So this is gold related. I wouldn't say we totally missed it. I don't know if I would have had the ability to pull that off. That's kind of an aggressive little trade right there. I'm gonna keep AU on the board, but yeah, Jeremy, I'm kind of slightly bearish on AU and gold a little bit today. Victor says, good morning, kind sir. There's a lot of lower wicks on Alibaba. A lot of lower wicks. I'm debating on this. Give me one more second and see if we can scooch this in a little bit. 63.17 is still open. I'm just looking. No, I like where it's at. I wonder if this will pull back more and we can get even a better risk-reward ratio. All those lower shadows. Ooh. Leave it at 63.17 or move it up a bit? Man, that's a good question. And we're getting some lower shadows with some volumes. You can see here's the volume. There's some lower shadows coming in. I still like the trade. I still think the edge is slightly bearish on it. This is still a good risk-reward ratio. But this is even better. I mean, I don't think 63.17 might not fill because we're battling very hard on the 10. If 63.17 does fill, something higher will fill, is my guess at this point, because there's really not much stopping it. If that breaks bullish, I think we go a little higher. I'm going to change that. Update on BABA. Increasing the limit sell to 63.23. Because what I'm going at is 63.17 might not have filled. I could deal with a trade now or a limit sell now, but I still really like that stop at 63.45. So my thought would be if 63.17 fills, 63.23 will fill. So you're just changing the risk reward by 5 cents, 6 cents. I know we're being stingy on it, but that's okay. Again, like I said, if it rolled over, if 63.17 wasn't going to fill, then it's just going to roll over, and that'll be that. Could we do something like this and like this? Maybe. But I like playing BABA on the pullbacks recently. Yeah, same stop though. 63.45, same exact stop. All right, Mattress Firm. I think Mattress Firm, we're only down 17%. I say only. Whew. I can't do a low of the day breakout on this. There's no way. Low of the day breakouts have been a little rough recently. Something like this, I don't think I can play that. I think I might just keep pulling this limit sell down. I think it'd be a good limit sell off of the 10 EMA on the 5 minute if it pops up into there. Right now it's about 50.75. Keep watching it. I'm going to keep watching it. BRC, Brady's. All right, so Brady's. I knew it was going to roll over there too. Snap. I saw that candle come in. I'm like, that's the rollover right there. Brady, still going to keep watching that. And same thing, same message as always. If we go the whole day without taking one single trade, worse things have occurred. Energy Transfer Partners. Okay, Energy Transfer had a nice morning star reversal pattern. Entry would have been 45.96 by this high. Risk reward is pretty deplorable by the low of the day. 15-minute chart looks okay. I'm going to keep waiting on it. I'm looking for perfection today, folks. Perfection. Facebook. Still battling that sideways move. This could be a decent swing entry, honestly. A little pop right there. Okay, AU. Got a nice candle coming in so far, but it's only a few minutes going down. Pretty nice little sell-off, down 10% already. We're at a bottom, so we'll see if we can get a little bit of a bounce or whatnot. CBPX is still kind of interesting, but I'm going to leave it alone for the moment. Lulu kind of doing its thing. FTI doing its thing. AMBA just keeps on going lower. I mean, it pulled back and just getting hammered. I didn't get a chance to do that one, Timmy. Did you? I feel bad that I didn't. I mean, it'd only be up an hour and a half, but you could move the stop to break even if you did on AMBA. And NEE. Look at that, guys. Just kept on going. Favorite gap of the day and just not doing anything like we wanted to. Here's the daily chart. Man, what a mean gap, dude. Well, with that gap, someone's looking to get in bearish on this thing. We're going to have ourselves a setup come Wednesday on NEE. I'm going to write this one down for Wednesday. We're going to come back. We're going to get this on the swing, guys. Don't worry. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. Anything else out there worth looking at that you want to check out, folks? Questions, concerns? The fresh market. Fresh market stopped us out, pulling into the 20. We'll see what that does. Sprouts Farmers Market, SFM, looks very similar to the fresh market. Nothing really to talk about there. Whole Foods. Ticker symbol WFM. Whole Foods. Had a little bit of a bracket trade on Whole Foods. That kind of broke down a little bit. By broke down, I mean it went bearish and screamed lower. Timmy says, I did take it on AMBA. Let me go back and look and see what you did. 69.29. And first of all, an R is an R, dude. Awesome job. I see exactly what you did. Or do I? Timmy. Look at you, big man. Wow. That might be... You and Yoav are going to be battling for the trade of the day on that one. That was great, man. I can see why you took your R, at the low of the day. That makes total sense. Got that little morning star. I get it. One of the big pickups I got recently is try to do your best to hold your winners until it's painful. Cut your losers and let your winners run type of thing. That was one of the biggest pickups I got. Is like you actually want to feel pain that you're still holding that trade, that winning trade. If you got a target, if it's a really, really good target, great. I think we might just miss, like I said, just by a few pennies this Alibaba. But this is the first time I've had the opportunity of really taking that. I wouldn't say advice, but tutelage to use is on Alibaba. We got embarrassed on Alibaba here, and the 2R target was right there. I mean, we're already at 2Rs on Alibaba by far. And so my thought is I'm really trying to work on, keep a winning trade. If there's really no signs of reversal, just hold that thing as long as you can. Day trading, profit's a profit. Even if at 1R you move your stop or you take a little bit of profit off the table, like an eighth or a fourth or something like that, if the trade's working, just hold it until it's painful. Like you're like, you start really feeling like a crazy, and then keep holding it. Does that make sense, guys? You type in a 1 if you ever felt that like emotion in your soul. It's like, I need to take the profit now. And you feel that, you're just like, it should be so nice to get a profit. But if you can take that feeling that you have, that angst, if you will, and push forward, okay? So you know what? I'm just going to keep holding. And don't worry if you get trailed out. Don't worry if you get stopped out. None of that. All that's irrelevant because that pain you already know. You already know how to deal with that emotion. In order to get bigger gains, you have to be able to take the pain that you're feeling of winning on your trade and keep winning it. That's a pain that a lot of us don't know. And I say us because I'm there with you guys. I teach from experience, not from a pedestal. So any example I give you is an example I've either done or money I've lost or money that I've made. And that's one of the biggest, I think it was just kind of a big aha breakthrough moment that I had. It was just simply understanding, okay, well, I like taking money at a target, but if the trade is working and you like the stock and you love the setup, hold it until it's painful so that you can just gain that experience, so you can gain that muscle. Type in a 3 if that makes sense. It's not necessarily that you guys don't know how to do it, but it's definitely that we have to build that muscle of holding through that pain of being, okay, I like the profit that I have now, but there's so many trades oftentimes that we could have gotten 6, 7, 8 more R's on if we had just held. And I know hindsight's 20/20, but the only way you're going to get there is by practicing holding your profits, holding your trades longer, experiencing the pain that it feels of being in a trade a week longer than you want to be and then holding it 3, 4, 5 more weeks just to see it hit a target. And again, if you get trailed out, get stopped out, that's not a big deal. That's following your plan. That's still a happy thing. That's still a check mark. But every time you do it, you'll get better and better and better, and you'll slowly build that pain threshold. So instead of being happy with 2R or 2.5R or 3R, you can get 4, 5, 6 sometimes. Timmy says, I find when I hold trades, I watch it more and miss other trades. Know what I mean? Oh, yeah. That's okay, though. Right? That's something that I got your trading plan, Timmy, the other day, man. It was beautiful. And there's no way that I can create personal rules for each person here or each, unless I do like a personal coaching session or something. But for me and my plan that I have, you guys know that I have those rules in my head of what to repeat to myself often. Like time. I have to repeat the time rule often, Timmy, because I'm always feeling like I'm missing something, man. Like right now, I feel like I'm missing so many things because we are. You know how much money we could have made if we had taken all these trades perfectly? I mean, true, wild story. If we had known the future, if we could tell 2 hours in the future, we could all be multimillionaires just on this list of stocks. So don't worry about the opportunities that are there because we're always, always, always missing them. You're always missing opportunities. So don't worry about the ones you miss because that's a guarantee. That's a 100%. That's a certainty. That's a fact. Worry about just simply being able to control our own emotions with the way that we trade, and that'll just make us a better trader. And that's something I got to repeat to myself as often as I can, because that's just, I mean, some of the best traders I know, and I've said this a few times too, have the discipline. And I'll say right now, guys, I do have this discipline, but this trading room would be really, really boring. And I know that you guys are coming here to make money and also be entertained, because a lot of you guys don't need me to trade, and you know that. I've told Higgins personally, you don't need me, dude, to trade. You're an amazing trader. But some people just show up just because they like the community, and they like the feedback, and they like the talks and the rants and the jokes and the people and the friendship and the social aspect of the trading room. But I'm simply saying that there are some people here right now in this room right now who are way better traders than I am. It's not even close. There are also other traders in here who they focus on the same 4 or 5 or 6 stocks every day, all the time. They focus on those stocks, nothing else. And that's just what they trade. And I could do that. I'll be honest. I do have that discipline, but it is not exciting or entertaining. It really is not. There is nothing about that is engaging. Now, can you make money with it? Yeah, sure. And that's just not the kind of room that I want to run, though. That's not the kind of company that I want to have, where I just sit there and I just throw out the 4 trades and that's really about it. If there's nothing for the day, Like if I find those, like on Apple, if I'm trading by myself and I find those 4 or 5 stocks that I'm trading, there's nothing. I'm gonna look for 2 or 3 others, and that's it. Like I'm not gonna do anything else. I've burned myself so many times in the past. I have so much pain attributed to just being a freelancer and just trading whatever's out there and just going out and just going wild abandon and losing a lot of money and being really stupid. That I don't do it anymore. So if I'm like, all right, I'm just done for the day, or I'm done for 5 hours, or whatever, that's a really, really important emotion to have and be able to understand. That's probably one of the tougher ones to go for. Is just being able to read your own emotions. Dan says, I think I'm addicted to your voice. I miss your musk, Dan. I miss you, man. I think it's official, dude. I haven't made it 100% official, but let's say high 90s. Let's repeat the Super Bowl of last year. What do you think, dude? You want to do that? Maybe we get 2 or 3 more people. If Lake Tahoe is close to anybody. So I kind of want a repeat of last year. Lake Tahoe cabin, Super Bowl. Well, really wherever, but I'm 93% sure, at least of right now, that I'm going to be flying into California for the Super Bowl and hanging out with you guys over there. That was too much fun, man. Too much fun. Anyway. How about those trades? Netflix, still slightly anticipating that it moves a little bit lower. I think our bear call spread should be fine for the day. It does look like it wants to go a little lower. I don't know when it will, or if it will. It might happen tomorrow or something, but I mean, I would say, getting in on Netflix and placing a stop about 103. I mean, you're dealing about $5 of risk. Your target would have to be 86 for it to really, really play out for you well. But I am slightly bearish on this. I think this looks like a textbook flag or pennant pattern, whatever you want to call it. I think all of it's good. Brad says, plan that far enough in advance, I can get on the calendar. I mean, it's more or less, Brad, start putting it on the calendar, man. It's going to be, when's the Super Bowl? February 2nd, 3rd? Let me go look at Starbucks, and you guys can tell me when the Super Bowl is this year. I'm missing Baba a little bit right now, but that's okay. Just a few pennies away from it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Nice pennant pattern on Starbucks. I mean, kind of like everything else, I would slightly wait for a move higher, Steven. I think it does move, but you're going to have a fun trade on this one, man, whatever direction it moves. Perfect pennant. Phenomenally gorgeous. I think it breaks bullish. I think there's actually probably I would say a 68% chance. Write this one down and come back to me later and say, hey, Jeremy, this is what happened. And I think there's a 32% chance it breaks bearish on Starbucks. The best bearish gap or best bearish breakout would be a break below or an open below yesterday's low would be preferable. Is that kind of what you were thinking, my man? Here is the hourly chart on Starbucks, and yeah, the hourly chart looks kind of sleek, pretty clean. February 7th. Ooh, Santa Clara, California. All right. Nice. Is this the 50th Super Bowl? Wow. Super Bowl 50. Pretty cool. So that's the 7th of February. So I'd probably fry out that Friday and fly back home on the 12th that afternoon. So 7 days. So Brad, start kind of penciling that in. Dan, you don't have to, man. I'll be honest. That would be kind of cool, but believe it or not, for some reason, that's not really on my bucket list. I get just as much enjoyment watching watching sports and TV as I do in the stadium. Just because I'm really not like a fanatic about sports. I do like sports. I'm not going to deny that, but something. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it's. If I got him, I'm going to go. Let's be honest. I'm then not going to pass that up. Like I went to the U.S. Open. Like that was never something that I really wanted to do, but it happened. So I'm just not going to pay $1,000 because I could spend $1,000 on steak, steak and booze. Have a good old time. Exactly. No commercials, expensive tickets. Yeah, uncomfortable chairs. Alibaba, I'm still keeping an eye on. I'm liking it less and less as time goes on. I don't mind a breakout of this magnitude, but I will be patient with that because I'm in a swing trade, and again, the target's down here where I think we're going to hit today, so I'm probably going to leave it alone more than likely. Tina says traffic. That's also true. Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. Feeling kind of car sick. There's a Ford Maverick. Classic movie. Mattress Firm. Still holding strong. Trying to find out where this limit sell should be. We're going to keep an eye on it. It might just roll over in the afternoon, honestly. Mobileye continued a little bit from yesterday. Trading below some pivots. Let me draw a line on this one. I haven't taken anything yet today, Timmy. I'm feeling like I'm missing stuff, but that's okay. Another day, another dollar, bro. It's always going to happen. Mobileye is good. I think it's list worthy. Let me come in here to the 5 minute on Mobileye. Timmy, you're on fire today, man. Today's your day, dude. All right, this is good. What I would like to see is some type of retest and rollover. That's something to look for on Mobileye. A little bit of a retest and rollover. I don't think I would have taken it yet because there was a daily target right there. All right, NEE. Maybe. I'm not going to take this one just to take it, though. It's gotta just set up perfectly for me. AMBA still cruising. FTI just broke down. All right. This one might give us an opportunity to do something with it. Daily chart it's okay. It is a good gap. It is trapping some people. 3183 is kind of a target that I would have. Low of the day could also be a little bit of a level. Here's the 15-minute chart. And again, just broke nicely with some volume. We got a little extension from the 10 EMA on the 15-minute chart. I'm going to keep watching this one and see if we can retest. I've been playing a lot of retests lately because that's just kind of how things have been working out. Let me see how this candle closes and do a limit sell, like a pullback. Limit sell on FTI. So this is making the top of the list. I'm probably going to cancel Alibaba and to get us some buying power back. Stop somewhere right around here. Let's see how this candle closes. And bottom line, if this candle can close below here, I'm okay with the retest. And then having the stop where it's at and then letting this one fly. Okay, hopping back over to Alibaba. I'm going to cancel this trade and move Alibaba to the bottom of the list. And maybe we can have a setup on it later. Canceling Baba. Not doing what we want. And going to free up buying power. I didn't spell canceling right, but you guys will forgive me. Okay, so Alibaba is off, at least this limit sell, and I'm gonna move it to the bottom of the list, and we'll kind of come back and see what that's doing if it gets a little bit of a pullback. Lulu, trying to bounce a little bit at those levels. CBPX is looking kind of good. Here's the daily chart, and I did like this gap earlier today. And I'm really trying to debate if we could play it something like this by the high of the day. It is a good gap. It's not bad. Let me move that up. Continental buildings. Let me look at the longer term moving averages, see where they are. Ah, okay. Okay, that makes me like it much less. Right on the 200. Here's the 5 minute. And it would look something like this right here. I think I'm just going to remove this and get it out of my sight. It really could work quite well. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, the risk reward is there, but you got the 200 right there. The gap is fair to middling. I'm just going to leave it alone. Only take the best, folks. Only take the best. Take what fits your plan. If you can find a lot of reasons you don't like it, just move on. Arrowhead Research sold off the 200. So it sold off the 200 and the 100 for some good scalping opportunities if you haven't got a chance to do that. That's the 100 and that's the 200 right there. I've been talking about that one all day, so that's kind of cool. So you could see that it works. AU pulling back a little bit. It's a good thing we're waiting on AU. AU is kind of getting a little bit of a double bottom action, actually. Double bottom, retest of that pattern. I'm going to keep an eye on AU, something like this. And see if we can break that neckline. We might trap some potential over-eager bulls and maybe get into something. So AU, I'm going to start watching a little bit more closely. Facebook, leave Facebook alone. We'll look at it later if we need to. ETP, Energy Transfer Partners, at the low of the day. And some pressure is building. We have a lot of black candles in a row, though. So Energy Transfer Partners, I'm also going to start watching. This will be a low of the day break. Let me see how extended it is and see if I should play the retest. It's not that bad. Been doing a lot of retests lately. Format. Limit, sell, retest, low of day. Okay. I will say if we can trade sideways and get some white candles down here, I can get behind this. Just a few white candles. I don't need much. So I'm getting ready on that one. All right, back over here to Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's going to try to go a little bit lower. Still waiting for a limit sell, a little bit of a pullback on Mattress Firm. BRC, so I'm just kind of, this is Brady Corp, so it pulled back to where I wanted it to originally. Let me look on the daily chart and see if it trades anything, and I'll check out Tommy and this trades you guys looking at. So again, good bearish retest gap, got a little bit of a lower wick. Let's see if it trades anything on the daily. It has a little bit of some lighter volume. We don't really have much out there. Nope. Nothing really out there. I mean, you got obviously some stuff over here, but it's very, very far away. Okay. So no real support, like daily support, to be super concerned with. It is a great bearish retest gap, some good volume. Volume's a little light on average. So I got to make this trade's got to play out exactly how I want it to. And some volume came in there. Let me see what the 15-minute chart's doing, and I might base my decision on the 15-minute. 15-minute exponential moving averages on the 15. Yes, looks like we're going to pull back a little bit more. All right. I might consider something like this on Brady Corporation. Let me just give that one a little bit more time. Okay, Tommy says CSIQ, Canadian Solar. Breaking down, here's the daily chart. Ooh, it looks nice, Tom. That looks really good. I'm going to wait for a swing trade on that one. I'm going to wait for a close. But let me look at this Friday. CSIQ. Yeah, I'm going to wait for a close on that trade, man. But that looks really, really good. You're right, though. It could easily continue lower. I will say this. For me, as you guys know, on a swing trade, I got to wait 24 hours before I can take it. What puts are you into, Tom? So we got some puts. That's looking nice. I'll tweet that one out. I'll post swing set up later. Looks nice and bearish though. Okay. 2 weeks. Hit it. Nice little new black crow too. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on that one. That could be fun for later today. Higgins says SUNE working nice. SUNE, there you go, man. Good trade. It's moving a little bit lower for you. That's beautiful. RSPP. What is this stock? Ooh. There we go. Mary and Chris, you guys are on a roll today. Here's the long-term moving averages. Good gap down, clearing the pivot from yesterday. Let me check the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame. So Chris is asking on a retest, can we take this trade? Yeah, I think so. It's at least list worthy. Still don't have any official trade yet that's alive and active. We got some that we're just going to keep an eye on. Don't even have any really maybes at the moment. But this is how I would play RSP. Let me see what I would need to make this official. I don't think this triggers, but 22.15. Okay, so there's the 5-minute chart. Here's the 15-minute chart. Great little breakdown on the 15-minute. Here is the daily. Looks good, man. Here's the hourly. I'm game. I'll make it official. Don't think it triggers, but we're gonna just tell it what we want it to do. That's the kind of the market. That's how the market's been recently. You know, few breakouts have been working, so it's just kind of good to be patient. 22.38. And granted, some of our I agree that some of our limit sales didn't trigger yesterday. I get that. All right. RSPP, that's an official trade, folks. Top of the list, 22.15 limit sell by 22.38. RSPP, 22.15. Oops. Timmy says, Q's contest closes very soon. Yes, it does. Good call, my man. I wonder who's going to get it, if anyone's going to get it right. 15, 22, 38. And this is just a good gap and go, I think. All right, FTI. So FTI, we also have some analysis for a limit sell. I don't think this is going to trigger, honestly, but I will make that official. FTI, limit sell 32.39 by 32.60. Both Chris Winslow and Mary Holiday trades. FTI 32.49. And so with these two trades that we got open, I think this is also a gap and go on the daily. Yep, also a gap and go. Same thing that we did on Alibaba. I'll wait a little bit to see if it triggers. You know, we give it like an hour or so. We gave Alibaba a solid hour, and if it didn't trigger, I'll probably just cancel it and move on and see what else is out there. Here's the Qs. I don't think I've submitted my official guess for the Qs. I'm going to go with... I said yesterday that it was going to close between 105 and 106. That's what I said yesterday. So I'm going to put 105.60 QQQ. $39. Snapdragons. It's okay. 1 second. It won't fill anyway at 29. Maybe. Good call, Dean. Thank you. On the other form, I put 49. Sorry. Wrong numbers on FTI. 32.39 by 32.60. Okay. And really my target on that one is 31.83 if we hit it. Yoav says, can you explain how you selected your entry? Yeah, absolutely, man. So what I was looking at earlier, this is the 5-minute chart that we're here now, is we had a decently strong bullish candle right there and some lower wicks that came in, the first 15 minutes of the market, creating a little bit of a pivot right there. I wanted to get in, and I think Chris Winslow did get in on this shooting star like this, bearish below that shooting star, stop above that wick, which would have been fine, and that's a great trade. I didn't personally love that trade because I felt that 32.39 was a soft term support. And it did kind of act as a support at this most recent candle right there. Got a little bit of a bounce, came back in, retested that high, and then rolled over. So it broke that support. So I'm more or less just saying, all right, well, it broke the support. I want a retest of the support and then a rollover. Does that help you, Yoav? It's 32.39 by 32.60. He says, repeat it for RSPP. Sure thing. So pretty much very, very similar. So here's the daily chart on RSPP. Daily chart, white candle, gapping down. We opened below the low. We don't really have a strong target or pivot that's really in our way. Here's the hourly chart. Hourly chart, you had a black candle and it's gapping down. So we're trapping a little bit less people on RSPP. So you want to play RSPP as some type of retest. Here's the initial retest I just didn't get a chance to play. Didn't really see it. Just pulled in, retested, rolled over, and we got this little consolidation phase. So this consolidation phase, you really could have chosen a few prices. You could have gone at the low of this wick, right there. Low of this candle is 22.07. I just more or less said, all right, I want to kind of go with the open of that hammer candle because there's a little bit of a support right there. So I'm just playing pretty much is the low of the day, retest of the low of the day, hopefully a potential rollover. Stop above that pivot. And here is the 15-minute chart. And 15-minute chart, the 10 EMA is a little far away. That's why I wanted to retest because again, it's just getting a little extended on the 15, and the hourly has a black candle, so I just want to try to play that retest. He said, gotcha, thanks. My pleasure. My pleasure.